You're taking on way too much risk if you're self-funding at 50,000 a piece. Plus, you're not having somebody manage the plan like us who's going to, do a full audit of the group, understand who's on a high cost drug, who has a health condition, how can we mitigate or, eliminate those costs and get those claims down. So I think a lot of these groups are buying the stop loss, self-funding it, setting it and forgetting it, and hoping that the claims aren't that bad. But at the end of the day, if there's nobody monitoring this and handling it for you when you have this huge liability gap, the cost can actually exceed on a per employee basis, what these smaller groups are dealing with. And you would think as a larger group, you're not going to have to deal with this, but they are. So I know that this market is hurting as well. And this is a new area that we're looking to explore.
Interesting. So why do they do this instead of going with a regular rep in the carrier by
They get
self-funding?
they get talked into it. They think that once they hit a certain threshold, they could start acting like a big conglomerate. They could have the purchasing power, they have the power to spread out the risk amongst all these people. But 150, 200, 250 people in the grand scheme of things really isn't that many. If you have 10,000 people, I think that's an entirely different story. But if you only have 150, 200 people on the plan and you don't have anybody who's working on savings, behind this that's managing it for you, the claims can get out of control and you're taking on way too much risk exposure per life. So,
Yeah, and that's just interesting. I mean, it really, in so many aspects, it's very interesting because you never think about these things, and you never think about, so specifically, I didn't know about self-funding.